Packers at the Bears, the opening game of the season. It's going to be on Thursday, September 5th, at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NBC. So Mania, go ahead, give your thoughts on this first game as the opening one in the season.
Well, as the kind of being somewhat a Packers fan, this one is really going to set the tone for the Packers for the season. And it's going to set the tone for the Bears for the season. Because the Bears, I still think they're going to be winning division. But this going up against the Packers and where they're supposed to be better now, and it's going to be a bit of an interesting game. If the Bears dominate, we can clearly see the Packers aren't going to do well this season. If it's a close game, we can tell it's going to be interesting. But if the Packers beat the Bears, I have no faith in the Bears for the rest of the season at all. So this game is kind of like determining whoever going to win the division. Because if the Bears don't win this, it's going to be someone else. If the Bears do dominate this game, they got the division. That's just the way I see it.
All right, that's not bad. All right, so you think who do you think was winning?
Honestly, Bears.
Bears. You got the Bears winning this game. Yeah, pretty much. I have a similar situation. When I look at this game, I'm very curious as to see how all these defensive additions to the Packers pay off. You know, signings to Darius Smith, signings the linebacker from Washington. I believe it's Preston Smith. They signed, so those are two big additions that'll really help out the defense. I'm a little curious as to why they didn't address their offensive line woes, only adding one. I'm wondering how they're going to draft. So, and one of their biggest problems is handling a good pass rush. And what does Chicago have ample of? A very, very good pass rush. They have a great defense. I don't think the Packers did enough on offense to answer this defense, especially on the offensive line. I know they beat them last year in a similar situation, but I think they also beat them when the Bears didn't really have their identity formed yet. They weren't the Bears defense that they were. They were still kind of playing with this weird kind of rust on them. And they destroy them in the second game they played. I mean, it was a pretty big ass beating. And the Packers didn't stand a chance in that second game. If I recall it correctly, it was ugly first. Packers linebackers are, but basically, I have no faith in the Packers. It's just, I don't, unless they draft very good offensive linemen and they somehow steal T.J. Hockenson or Noah Fant, I don't see that. If they pick up one of those guys, maybe I can change this decision. But right now, I think the Bears win this game rather easily, and maybe it's a blowout just because I don't know what the Packers have to work with. I don't think their line's any good. It's Swiss cheese. You just find the hole and fly through it. And Khalil Mack is a mouse, and he really likes cheese. That was the gayest joke I've ever told. All right, go ahead. Talk about the Steelers and the Patriots.